All right, so we've taken the generator from the sports pavilion and we've pulled it up here, which is going to be the location that we run it. And what we want to do is take this cable and put it around one of the legs of this and around this so it doesn't get stolen easily. And so we use the same lock that we have out there to secure it. We don't need to do that today. Then this is the power wire that we want to hook up, and we'll see if it actually, if we have enough distance from here, we may have to move it around to the side. And so to hook it up, this is actually the input right here. And so we plug the end in to this. Let me see, right. It only goes in one way, like that. Okay, and then the other end comes in. Oh, look, it'll fit perfectly. And it goes into the 220 outlet here, one pin 220. And you see there's one with a little corner on it, and so it's going to go right in like that. Okay, so we're ready now to start the generator. And to start,
you gotta turn off the power.
No, don't have to do anything in there.
It does it automatic.
It's all automatic. We'll go in there after we do this. So that's a good question. You don't really have to do anything because it's all isolated. It's all completely isolated. So you turn this on to run, and you push this button. So we've got the generator running, we've turned on the main breaker out there, and this has got a transfer switches in here. So we've got the main breaker here, and these are the transfer switches, okay? So these switches run, can I use your glasses? These run most of the lights. They run all of the refrigerators and the the refrigerators and the freezers. That's the main thing. And we can also run the ice maker. So it runs a few lights and all of the kind of critical infrastructure that we have. Right here we've got generator use instructions, okay? And it goes to located under the, get the generator out of sports pavilion, secure it to a leg, fill the gas, which we didn't do, hook up the cord, start the generator, and push the start button, turn on the main breaker. So that's what we did out there. Inside the kitchen, transfer switches to the right of the circuit breaker box. Each one has got a switch, okay? And you've got the line, off, and generator. So what we do is one at a time. Of course, the power will be off at this time. We switch it to off and then switch that to the generator. And you will see that it's drawing a load here. So that circuit now is running in one of these locations, okay? I believe we've got these marked. Yes, we do. So like this is A, C, and H. So we've got there's G, that's the playground. A is the coffee maker, fridge, that's A up here. F is the kitchen lights. All right, so let's do the kitchen lights. We're going to turn it off. And we're going to turn it on. So now it's running off of the generator, okay? So you've got 6 on one side and 6 on the other. So now I'm going to turn, B is the kitchen freezer. So we're going to turn that to off. And we're going to turn that on. Okay?
So that switches the feed from the power in line to the generator?
Right. So that's now pulling off of the generator. And you can see here The amperage levels now are pretty low because those units turned off, or maybe, you know, when you first turn them on, a lot of times it takes them a minute to get going again. But this allows you to look at the current load to make sure you're not pulling too much current. But we've set this up so you can turn all of these on and everything will run on that unit. There's two, it's a 220, so it's got two 110 sides, if you will, so we balance that when we set this up.
So when you turn it on, you probably want to like give it a minute or so. And
This
then,
is B and this is G. This is A and this is F. This is D and this is I. And they're marked over here, the outlet in the kitchen, sink, fridge. So they're marked.
You've got a 3-position switch, right?
They're all
Yeah.
3-position switches, so they all go through off. And then when the power comes on,
12 altogether.
you just switch it back to the line. Okay? And then you turn everything back to the line and then turn off the generator.
is there any significance between the red and black buttons?
Um,
Just-
Yeah, these are 20 amp circuits.
Okay.
And these are all 15.
Okay.
Okay, and so I'm gonna turn this back off.
20 amp is probably like 3 phaser with 3.
Okay, so again, it's got the information when the electric comes on, turn each switch as it transfers to main one by one, turn off the generator, remove the power cord, let it cool, and then take it back and secure it. So the instructions are right here, and hopefully it'll walk you right through it. Now, to run the ice maker, says use the extension cord to get power on the plug to the far left behind the coffee maker. I want to show you that, okay? Plug the fridge by the coffee maker into that same plug. And the reason is this feeds a particular plug by the coffee maker. It doesn't feed all of them. So let's go ahead and see. I've got these all switched back. We're all good. Let's go ahead and turn. This one does not run off of the generator. Okay, this circuit right here does not. Okay, so what we've got is an extension cord. We probably need to put a 3-way on this so we could run this freezer now that it's here, and the ice maker, because we thought running the ice maker during a hurricane, during a outage would be a real handy thing to have. And so if everybody can just take, we have these marked. We have these marked so we know which circuit feeds this. So what you would do is you'd unplug these, which are not really critical, and you plug in this refrigerator to this, and you plug those units into that. So with that cord, with that extension cord. That way we can keep that freezer running and we can keep the ice maker going if we want to use it, because we've had a longer term outage of some sort. So this one does not feed from that bank. That's why we couldn't, it feeds from somewhere else. So this is the one that we want to plug into. And right now, the only thing plugged in is this coffee and my blink, and that's not important.
Which one
It's
is
this
it?
one right here.
24.
24. All right? So that's really the only kind of thing that you